Cup qualifying Chile vs Paraguay prediction, team news, lineups preview. Sat level on 4 points in the South American group, Chile and Paraguay will return to World Cup qualifying on Friday when they do battle in Santiago. The visitors leapfrogged their hosts with a 1-0 victory over Bolivia last time out in October, but only lead Chile on goal difference after 4 rounds of fixtures. Match preview. In their aim to return to the world stage after falling short in qualification for the last 2 World Cups, Chile have experienced a mixed start to the latest campaign but head into the November round of games with just 4 points on the board from their first 4 outings. Their bid began in September with a trip to Uruguay, and Eduardo Berizzo's side came away empty-handed in a 3-1 defeat, before taking their first point from a creditable goalless draw with Colombia. La Roja would then return to action with optimism last month as meetings with Peru and Venezuela awaited, and while they did put up a first win against the former, triumphing 2-0 on home soil thanks to second-half goals from Diego Valdez and Marcelino Núñez, they were unable to make it back-to-back 3-point hauls in their last outing. Indeed, Berizzo's team fell well short in their trip to Venezuela, eventually succumbing to a 3-0 defeat as Jefferson Soteldo, Salomon Rondon and Darwin Maquis all found the net for the hosts, with the last 2 coming after Núñez was sent off early in the second half. Such a result saw Chile drop to 8th spot in the South American group. But still level with Friday's visitors, 2 points off 5th spot and 3 points behind second-placed Uruguay, they can quickly improve their standing at this early stage if they are able to return to winning ways this week before traveling to Ecuador next Tuesday. Paraguay, meanwhile, head into Friday's contest in a slightly different trajectory, having leapfrogged the hosts last month with their first win of the qualifying campaign after a slow start. Aiming to reach their first World Cup since 2010, Paraguay did not come firing out the blocks in their opening South American games, and despite only conceding 2 goals in the first 3 outings, they only managed to put a single point on the board, having failed to score on each occasion. That point came from a stalemate with Peru in their curtain raiser, before La Alborotja suffered back-to-back 1-0 defeats at the hands of Venezuela and Argentina, having only conceded against the former in injury time while only narrowly falling short against the world champions to remain stuck on a single point. Daniel Garnero's side were then able to put a first notch in their wins column at the 4th time of asking last time out, though, as they hosted Bolivia in mid-October and came away with 3 crucial points, with Antonio Sanabria netted the only goal of the game 21 minutes from time. Thanks to that first win, Paraguay have quickly climbed within touching distance of the top 5 in the South American qualifying group, and with confidence on the back of that result, having still only conceded 2 goals this campaign, they will aim to further strengthen their position in the early stages with a victory to move 3 points clear of the hosts on Friday. Team news. While midfielder Marcelino Núñez has been called up to the Chile squad, he will be unavailable on Friday, with the Norwich City man suspended following his red card in their defeat to Venezuela, while experienced midfielders Arturo Vidal and Charles Aranguiz are absent from the squad for their 2 upcoming qualifying games. In their absence, Eric Pulgar should return and join Rodrigo Echeverria and Victor Mendez in the engine room from the outset, while 160-capped Gary Medel will again play at the heart of a back 4, likely alongside Paulo Diaz. At the other end of the pitch, talismanic forward Alexis Sanchez should continue to lead the line, having netted 51 goals in his 158 international caps, while Villarreal's Ben Brereton Diaz will offer further attacking threat from the left wing. While Paraguay may have hoped to come into Friday's qualifier with an unchanged starting 11 from their win over Bolivia last time out, they are unable to call on key winger Miguel Almiron, who recently picked up an injury for Newcastle United. Veteran forward Oscar Cardozo has been called up, but Antonio Sanabria should get the nod to lead the line after netting the winner against Bolivia, while Alejandro Romero will take on further responsibility in a supporting trio in Almiron's absence. Richard Sanchez should return alongside Matthias Villazante in the engine room, while Fabian Balbuena will fight to come back into the middle of the defense after Omar Alderete was preferred alongside captain Gustavo Gomez last month. Chile possible starting lineup: Cortez, Loyola, Diaz, Medel, Suazo, Pulgar, Echeverria, Mendez, Davila, Sanchez, Brereton Diaz. Paraguay possible starting lineup: Carlos, Espinoza, Alderete, Gomez, Alonso. Vilazante, Sanchez, Villalba, Romero, Avalos, Sanabria. We say, Chile 2-0 Paraguay. Despite their disappointing defeat to Venezuela in the last round of games, Chile do boast more quality throughout their squad than the visitors. Particularly with Almiron sidelined, and La Roja should fancy themselves to return to winning ways on home soil on Friday. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.